Day 11, legs. Actually kind of excited to do legs. A lot of people hate legs. I don't really hate it that much. I mean, the only real downside about it is that I sweat a lot when I do legs. So obviously it's a bigger muscle, so you kind of have more energy used. The heart rate goes up more. So I always sweat a lot when I do legs, but it's not necessarily a terrible thing. It just kind of means I don't know, I guess I just look sweaty. But I do the sauna after anyway, so it's not like I wouldn't get sweaty either way. But no, it should be a good workout. I had volleyball last night, which was pretty good. We played a better team. I think their team name was Big Dig Energy. They had like color coordinated shirts and stuff, and they were pretty good. They were very scrappy. They had all 6 players were able to control the ball well. So usually in volleyball, if there's a 1 weak link, it's kind of easy to pick them out, and then it kind of falls apart. But their team had everyone pretty good, so made it a little bit harder to get some good points. We had to earn our points, but it was fun. We still won, and I had a good time. But I didn't get to go to bed last night till like maybe 12:45, 1 o'clock. I got back late, ate some dinner, and then it just took a while. I was editing some of the videos, and then I just kind of showered late. So I went to bed late, and then around 5 in the morning, I heard like a thump upstairs, and I guess my mom she had a kidney stone the other day, so we ended up driving her to the hospital. But last night, she got like discharged. She came home, and then last night while she was just in bed, she got up, went to the bathroom, and she felt lightheaded. So she said she got down to her knees and then passed out. So I didn't hear her fall. I heard my dad, who just had back surgery, get up to go help her because he heard her fall, and then he fell. But he wasn't injured. He had an injury, but he wasn't necessarily injured from his fall. He just kind of got up, and then I heard him yelling. So I went upstairs, and she seemed okay. There wasn't any direct distress. She just said she felt nauseous and dizzy. So since she was just in the hospital the other day for the kidney stone, it's likely related, but we weren't sure. So that was at 5 a.m. this morning. So we ended up calling the ambulance. Ambulance came, checked her out. They said they should bring her there, and then she's been there since 5:45 this morning, and it's now around noon, and I guess they just admitted her, so she's gonna end up staying there overnight. So I've just been taking care of my mom, my dad, and then my dog is also like 14 years old, so he's wearing a diaper around the house because he keeps peeing, and he's nauseous now. So he wasn't eating peanut butter, he wasn't eating his bone broth. So got 3 people to take care of, but it's okay. I'm glad that, obviously I want to have a job, but it's very convenient for my parents and for my family that I'm unemployed at the moment. I had a good interview yesterday. I think that went well. So hopefully I get a job soon, but in the meantime, it's been very, very helpful to kind of be at home to take care of them. But I didn't want to have it influence my gains. So still going to the gym now. I got everything under control. Everyone seems to be in a good place. I'm going to go to the gym for my own mental health, get out of the house, work on myself for a little, and then I'll go home and see if my dog is feeling better, see if my dad needs any help, and then go visit my mom in the hospital. So not to make it a sob story, it's all good. Nothing too bad. Everyone seems to be living fine for the most part, but just a little bit of a hectic week, a little bit stressful, not too stressful. I think I handle pressure like this fairly well. I don't know, it's just a lot, but no worries at all. My family reaches out, like my cousins and my aunt, to say if you need any help, we can help, because they live in the area or close enough. So not too bad, but legs, trying to stay on topic. I've seen a couple posts on Instagram and like YouTube of like some different leg variations. I forget exactly what it was called, but it had to do with like the Smith machine and kind of putting the bar around your hip, and then as you squat down, your knees go in front of the bar. So I'm not describing that very well, but I'm gonna try to hit those today. The edge should be pretty empty right at this time, so I'm actually excited about that. Hopefully we'll get some good content. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else I'll do at the gym. I might do some low bar squat. Might do some. Definitely gonna focus on hamstrings. Today's supposed to be the hamstring day, so I might do the laying down hamstring curl first to kind of warm up. Potentially deadlift. Might be crazy to say. Don't wanna solidify that yet. I'm gonna kind of just see how the gym feels and kind of play it by ear. When I was younger, I used to think it was play it by year, like Y-E-A-R. I guess just play it by a frame of time. But play it by ear makes a lot more sense, kind of as it goes, as you hear it. But whatever, just a little factoid there, or a little tidbit about myself. Oh, I did not like that word. But yeah, should be a good leg day. I'm gonna try to go pretty hard, maybe not too heavy, but I'm gonna try to feel the burn, and then we'll do 30 minutes on the treadmill, maybe 10 minutes of sauna. I'm gonna see how much time I'm taking. Obviously, I wanna allocate a lot of time to the gym, recording, and kind of keeping my own peace, but I still gotta get home to the dog and my dad to make sure everything's okay there. So if I end up doing like 20 minutes on the treadmill because I'm just trying to get home, can't really be mad at myself. Obviously, you gotta hold yourself accountable, but you also have to understand that circumstances are circumstances, not always excuses. I always hated it when I was younger when people would be like, oh, you're making excuses, and I'm like, okay, like, yes, you shouldn't make excuses, but sometimes there are just reasons. Like, reasons and excuses, I feel like it comes down to where your heart's at, where your mindset's at. Obviously, you can have a good heart and still make an excuse because you're being like lazy or something. But I think in this case, this is a reason, not an excuse. I want to do cardio, but I probably should get home sooner. So more of a reason, but that's okay. I got an oil change this morning. That was good. I left the hospital a little early with my dad after my mom was all set. Went to Ingersoll Auto, got an oil change for the car. It's getting a lot colder. There was like some flurries of snow, but not enough for them to put salt down. But as soon as they put salt down on the road, I gotta put this baby away, unfortunately. Waiting for my Jeep to get out of the shop, but hopefully that's soon. And then I'll get the Jeep back, and then I'll put the cover on this, plug it into the wall, keep the battery on the battery tender, and put it away for the winter. When I got it in January, I had to drive it a little bit during the winter because I wanted to make sure that the engine was all good. We just got it from the dealer, used of course, so I wanted to make sure everything was good with it. So I drove it a little bit, even though there was salt and snow in the road, but I wasn't a big fan of that. So this summer I was able to wash it, make sure it's all good, all clean, and now before there's salt and sand on the road, I'm gonna put it away. So unfortunately, that's the way she goes, but I'll be able to drive it next season, and it'll be all ready for me to go. So, all right, enough of that. I will see you in the gym. Legs, hamstring curls to start. See you in there. Alright, this will be my audio test along with my second set. I didn't get it going on the first one because I'm working on with someone supersetting right now. I'm actually enjoying the lying down hamstring curl. I usually do the sitting one, but this one's pretty good. Trying to control the way down. Explode up. little bit of a warm up, but still want to struggle a little. Change up the angle a little bit. I'm actually a really big fan of this. I'm gonna add this in on my leg day. I think it's a good starter for the hamstrings. Let's try 140. Might be too much. We'll see. Perfect. Good warm up. Let's go do something else. Okay, I've literally never used this ever in my life. I'm very intrigued by the way this works. Let me know if I'm doing this wrong. I believe it goes like this. When I squat down and attach it, let's see. Go like this, and then you go up. All right, interesting. Probably go a little lower. All right, let's adjust this. All right, to be honest, this might be one of my new favorite machines. This thing's awesome. I adjusted it so that this is much closer so I can get deeper. Trying more weight, we'll see how it goes. I just love that I can hold on while I do it. I also like that it's weighting on my waist, not my upper shoulders. So I don't have any back force going on. It's very good on the lower back. Yeah, this is awesome. Let's go a little heavier. Okay, I have zero idea if I'm gonna be able to do this weight, but let's try it out. I don't really know where to set my feet on this yet. I'll take a couple times using it first. There's a lot of force on the hips. It's not too hard, but definitely an adjustment of feeling the force here. Not giving myself a ton of time between sets, but got to keep it moving. I'm gonna try putting this a little lower, less on my belly and more on my hips. See how it goes. This is a really good weight. It's not too heavy, but I definitely feel the burn. Yeah, definitely feet forward more. Not pulling with my arms, just kind of using them to lean back. Kind of like a modified pendulum squat. Next time I do this, I'll try to go heavier. But that was good for today. Interesting machine. All right, looks like today is the day of new machines. I've never done the glute drive before. We'll see if I don't fuck it up. Okay, that's pretty solid. Probably good for the lower back. All right, let's add some more weight. You know, I keep saying on this channel, got to start somewhere, and I think it's important to try new things. I'm not the biggest fan of trying new things, trying new foods, things like that. I kind of like to stick to what I know, but sometimes it's important to do that in order to grow. So I got to start somewhere. Can't just avoid the machines because I've never done them. And today I've done 2 of them, and I've liked them both. So got to keep doing that. Let's see how this one goes. All right, hold on. Let's just check. All right. I thought for a second it turned off. What up? Never done this before. Does this look good? I don't know if I have it set up wrong. Whew. I tried this one and I tried that one. Pretty solid. Pretty good on the lower back. And that one's nice because it's not like loaded on the shoulders. So you don't really put a lot of strain on your lower back. Feels a little weird having it on your hips. But it was good. Pretty solid. What are you hitting today? All right, fire. That was nice to see Kyle out of nowhere. I didn't know who it was mid-set, so I had to look up. And once I saw him, I was like, all right, I'll dap him up, keep going. Gonna try to increase the rate a little. I was talking about a couple of things. I was talking about my mom a little. He's in PT school, so it's he's kind of knows a little bit about the health field. But then I also asked him about I've been seeing to do like blood tests called like Rhythm, where they use like a heating patch. It's the same heating pad or heating like a snap heater where you snap it and it freezes hot, it crystallizes hot because it's like a super cool liquid sodium acetate. But anyway, you use that on your arm. It like heats it up, gets the blood vessels to the surface, and then it's like this little like attachment. It's almost like an insulin pump kind of thing, where you just like push the button and it like microneedles your arm and gets out just a small amount of blood to fill a vial and you send it in the mail, and it just like gets your biomarkers and your health and your testosterone over. Like you do it in the beginning of the month, you get it back within a week, and you can do it every month. It's like $79 a month, so it's pretty expensive, but not too expensive for like an at-home blood test. And like I said, invest in yourself. You gotta make sure your health is good. So I would I'm gonna talk to my mom about it, see if I can get it for her and my dad and my brother and myself, because it'd be very good to see your biomarkers and your testosterone levels over time. So I think that's a very good product. I'm not a big fan of needles. Anyone who knows me knows that, but I think I could do this. This sounds pretty good, the rhythm thing. So I'm gonna look into that. If I could, I would invest in it, but I gotta get a job first. I don't know if they're a public company or not. But all right, let's try this. This might be a little heavy, but the other ones were a little lighter. Oh, I think we're good. I could have done more, but I was thinking about deadlifting, so I might just go do that. All right, let's do a little warm up here. I'm gonna start with RDOs, maybe move on to deadlift. Yeah, do an RDL into a deadlift just to get form. I never know how much to bend my knees on these. Just slightly push the butt back. Let's do a deadlift. Let's do some more weight. Try it out. Right, let's try it. 225. Do like 3 RDLs and then put it down and do a deadlift. Wait a second, do a deadlift. I'm not very used to this level of weight on my grip strength. It's not that I can't do it, it's just that it's not used to it. I don't know if that was good enough form. Let me move it to the side to see if it is. All right, we're just gonna try it without straps, just one. Let me know about my form if like I arch my back too much. Too much arch? Was it like nah? Because I'm sure it feels more than it is. All right, I'm gonna put straps on and try 405. All right, I'm a little nervous. I have Kyle here to spot me in case I pass out, which I probably won't, but here just in case. No. I'm gonna try one more. There's no way. That was crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have this on like in the right spot, but that was wild. That was wild. No, it's not. But I mean, you never know. Yeah, get that out of there. All right, close. Unlock the knees.
Closer. Yep. It's like right over where your shoelace would be.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Unlock the knees.
Okay. Unlock the knees. Hinge. Shins to bar. Chest forward.
Do you go thumbs over?
Okay, so grip is personal choice. Okay, there's 3 ways.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I'll try to.
So, okay, double overhand.
Double overhand.
Like probably the true best is if you're a psychopath. Called the hook grip.
Yeah.
If you can do the hook grip.
So do the hook like that.
The hook is this. Hook grip.
Okay, that's hook. Okay. Yeah, thumb over. Okay.
Right, because what this prevents
is
when you pick up the deadlift, when you pick up the bar, physics requires the bar to spin.
Okay.
So the reason you feel your grip loose on a
bar,
because your grip is weak, is because the bar is spinning in your hand.
I got you.
Right. So what this does is it causes the bar to spin from one hand into the other.
Yeah, you're going reverse against you,
right?
Torquing it.
So.
But never thumbs over.
No, like
bad idea.
No grip.
Okay.
No grip.
Okay, I got you.
So it's either vanilla,
double
overhand.
I think that's what I'll go for.
Hook grip, or inverse.
Yeah, I think I'll just go the vanilla hook grip. All right.
Okay. So yep, good. So hinge it. Yep, hinge at the hips. Grip. Shins the bar. Chest forward. Ball. There you go. Nice one.
Pretty solid.
Yep.
No, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And then basically what I would say is there's like little cues you'll pick up as you fall.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Like one of the things I kind of like that really worked for me is when you do this portion where you're pulling the tension out of the bar.
Yeah.
And you're like bringing your chest forward. The kind of sensation is like when someone comes up behind you and they try to fucking tickle you,
Yeah.
and you flare your lats to like
Get
yourself.
okay, yeah.
That's what you do. Like imagine like someone's about to come up behind you.
Kind of bending the bar a little.
Yeah, kind of right. Like you're gonna guard yourself. You're gonna guard your armpits.
Yeah. Okay. And then support with the lats.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Huge. That's the guy I was talking about. Who I was talking about One Piece for 40 minutes. He's very knowledgeable. That's what I mean. They say don't squat your deadlifts, and I feel like I'm worried about doing an RDL. So.
Your back was so flat. It was good.
I think we got long legs. I think that was solid. I'm not gonna go to 4 or 5 till I master that. That's solid as hell. All right, let's do it again. That was good. This feels good for me. This feels like a good weight. That's why I thought I could do 4 or 5 because it felt good. But my form is shit. Yeah, there's no shot I was getting 4 or 5. Maybe in like a month or 2. Hell yeah. I also did those the glute thing over there, and I was doing the other thing down low. So, all right, I'm really glad that I was able to talk to him because I was for sure deadlifting wrong for at least for my proportions, and there's no way I should have been trying 4 or 5. So glad I tried, or just felt what it would feel like once I get the neural drive and the form better. But that was very good. Yeah, no, this is 225 is pretty easy for me here. 315 was good, but this is even better for really getting that form. He was saying when you get the form right and you get the tension right, it kind of just comes up automatically. Obviously at lighter weights. Let's go for that again. He was saying keep my feet a little closer. All right, let's do one more set of that. Move on. All right, really trying to focus on form here. 225 is pretty easy for me to deadlift. 315 was decent. 4 or 5, no shot at the moment. But I think I have the strength for 4 or 5, low key. But once my form is there, probably take me another month or 2, maybe 3. All right, this is what he was saying. Shins almost to bar, a little closer. Hinge, get the grip. All right, chest up. Lats. I can do more in a row, but I'm trying to get the form down. Shins to bar, or almost to bar, and inch out. Drop. Touch the toes. Get the grip. Chest up. Lats. One thing I forgot was the tension. I mean, the lats kind of do it, but let's go one more. Shins to bar. Touch the toes. Chest up. Lats. Big tension. Great. A little less deep, try to stop midway. Sometimes it's harder, to be honest. Sometimes it's nice to have your lower range of motion and the momentum. Honestly, you can do a little test. I think it really is harder for me personally to stop like midway through the rep and really control it versus not falling to the bottom, but letting my end range of motion at least slow it down a little. So I'm gonna try to do some half reps here. I think it's gonna be hard. It's not terrible, but it's not easy. All the way down. Yeah, it's like a sticking point for me. Half. Yeah, it's not easy. Alright, I'm just gonna do one more. My legs are a little cooked. My range of motion on this is pretty good, but I think it's too. I think I'm like using the momentum against it. Wait, hold up. Like I'll show you a full rep and then a half rep. I'm not sure which one's harder. Like full, and then because I have to stop it versus I can just chill. Oh. All right, I'm fucking shot. All right, I think I'm actually only gonna do one set here. My quads are already pretty cooked from the workout, but I want to just finish them off. I wasn't really getting exactly close to failure on the other one, so it's about more for form and trying to figure out what my body likes. But I'll murder my legs here. I'll get the burn. Do a little Mike Mintzner one set killer. Let's see how it goes. Put this all the way back. All right, maybe one more. All right, last set of the workout. I was thinking about doing one more of hamstrings, but I probably did more deadlifts than I'm used to since I don't deadlift. So I know that's not necessarily hamstrings completely, but I did some RDOs too. So I bet I'll be feeling it tomorrow. If not, I'll just go head to your next hamstring dominant leg day. Can't even say it was hamstring dominant though. I did a lot of quads. Just a leg day. All right, let's go for 12. All right, let's go do some cardio. Go back home. Take care of my family. All right, leaving the gym now. I was there for a pretty long time, but I was getting some good info. I was practicing some lifts. I definitely burned my quads and hamstrings out, so good leg day. Didn't really focus on calves at all, but that's okay. I do this sometimes, and I was doing volleyball yesterday, so that's why I'm jumping, so it's definitely calf oriented. But no, I definitely, it was supposed to be hamstring dominant, but I kind of ended up doing a lot of quads anyway. Wait, it's raining? It wasn't supposed to rain, whatever. But yeah, no, it was a good hamstring day, good quad day. Definitely did some RDLs, just a little bit, a lot of deadlift learning. I was kind of stupid for trying to lift 405. I mean, I didn't really try that hard, I would say. I didn't have the form down, and when I pulled the tension out of the bar and then pulled a little, it like did not want to move. And I had already exerted myself in other lifts, so it was probably not the day to try 405 for the first time. But I'm glad I put it on the bar, tried it out. But as soon as the guy came over and he was giving me some insight, I was like, all right, yeah, I need to learn this first. I gotta stop just fucking around. So I put 315 on, as you saw, and was getting some form down, and then went to 225 and got the form down. So obviously didn't get the form down. Wasn't perfect, but it definitely felt pretty good. Definitely felt pretty decent. I feel like towards the end of the reps, I was getting it down, especially when I put 225 on. So I was happy to get the form down a little. Squat form, deadlift form, need to work on them. They're definitely skills on top of just strength. I said I probably, with the right technique and like neuro drive, I could get 405. I don't really know how true that is. I don't know if I'm strong enough for that, but 315 wasn't very hard. I'm not gonna say it was easy. I mean, it was kind of easy, but I'm not far from 405. I think I could get it, and I think it'll be good when I do, and it'll probably feel more rewarding to know that I'm doing it with proper form and not hurting myself. So I think it was a good leg day on both the pump and also just learning. I mean, you got to start somewhere. You gotta start. You can't just be intimidated by the fact that it's something you've never done or that you're not good at, and you got to focus on pushing. Unfortunately, I wanted to do 30 minutes of treadmill, but I only did 15 of incline treadmill and no sauna, because I texted my dad and I said, how's the dog doing? Because my dog Cody was, he didn't throw up, but he was looking like he was gonna. He wasn't eating peanut butter, he wasn't eating the bone broth, both of which he loves, so I was a little worried about him. But when I texted my dad, how's Cody doing? He said, I'm laying down, I don't want to check. Or not, I don't want to check, but like, I'm nervous to check. He has back surgery, so getting up is hard for him. So I'm not hating on him there, but I texted him. I said, "How's the dog doing?" He basically said, "I don't know." So as much as it'd be nice to get another 15 minutes of cardio and 20 minutes of sauna or 10 minutes of sauna, I would like to go back and check on my dog. He's an elderly man. He's 14, so got to make sure he's doing okay. And then I'm gonna go to the hospital and check on my mom. So I'm glad I got to the gym. Doesn't have to be the best day ever. It doesn't have to be absolute failure on every rep. I think I did achieve failure. Sometimes, like obviously when we see Sam Solik, he always does like those half reps in the end to like ensure he had failure. But I think I have enough. Obviously, if you can like push yourself mentally, you can always get like one more rep maybe. But I feel like I usually stop, not when it's pleasurable, but when I genuinely feel like I can't do another good form rep. Like sometimes you can compromise your form and get another rep, but my goal is not to do that. It's to get the reps up to the last one within a good technique, good form, so you're not even close to hurting yourself, or you're just doing it right. So I think it was a good day. I was happy to see Kyle at the end. Not too much to say other than that. I'm gonna go home and obviously help my family out, but then tonight I'm gonna look into some deadlifts versus RDL form, because at first I was worried that when the way I was being taught, or like before he taught me, I was thinking that way was a little bit too close to an RDL, but it seems that that's not really the case. RDLs are kind of just, you stick your butt out more and you kind of focus on the hamstrings, but the motion looks very similar. Obviously it's still different. You bend your knees more with the deadlift, but you're not supposed to squat in the deadlift. You're supposed to still use your back. Not rely only on your back. You got to keep good form. You don't want to round the back, but it is a back movement. So gonna be looking into that. I think I'm kind of setting some better goals for myself. Kind of, Sam Solik was on a good podcast recently where he was kind of saying, like, you have a goal and you want to achieve that goal, and it's good for getting to the place that you are now. But sometimes the more you learn, the more you kind of see that maybe that goal wasn't necessarily exactly what you were going for, and you don't backpedal. He said that's not a good word for it. You just kind of readjust what you're going for. So I'm not saying that that's the case for me. I still think I want to go for hypertrophy and strength. I mean, sometimes you can say strength comes first and then hypertrophy comes with it. Like, you can't get stronger without getting hypertrophy, without getting bigger muscles. But I would definitely still say my goals are more along the line of hypertrophy over strength. So if my bench stays the exact same, but I get a bigger chest, I would still be happy with that. However, I would like to get larger numbers to see like a unit of measurement for my progress, along with just looking better. So I want aesthetics, I want strength, I want it all. So can't set the bar too low if it's just a goal. But yeah, can't set the bar too low if it's just a goal. As long as you know that sometimes setting the bar high doesn't mean it's all attainable. However, in this case, I think I can attain it. It just might take a couple of years. But the 405 deadlift, I think I'm gonna set the goal. It's November 13th today. I think maybe 14th. I think my goal is a good goal would be by Valentine's Day, February 14th-ish. I would like to try to get 405. I think that's a fairly good goal. I think it's attainable. Not necessarily based on if like you were trying to get that much strength up, but because it's mainly my form, I think. So we'll see. You can look back on this video and say, did you hit that goal? And hopefully I did. And if not, I'll be happy that I tried and I set a goal high, and maybe I'll hit it the next month. So we'll go from there. It was a good lift. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go home and deal with what I need to deal with. So end video.